Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to talk about something that just got revealed over on the official Pokémon TCG Pocket site. You see, they updated their Learn to Play section, and they updated it with these images, very clearly showing the next Pokémon TCG Pocket set. And since they went up on the official website on the Learn to Play section, this is something that we need to have a little bit of a chat about. Sound like a plan? Excellent. It is called Mega Rising, and it turns out there are 3 different versions of the booster pack. There are 3 different types. We've got Mega Gyarados, Mega Blaziken, and Mega Altaria. Now, this is actually super interesting to me, because if you go back through Pokémon TCG Pocket, we've not actually seen this since Genetic Apex. In Genetic Apex, we had the 3 different versions of, because obviously it's one set, but they kind of split it into 3. And in Genetic Apex, we had the Charizard, the Pikachu, and the Mewtwo. But actually, since then, we've never had more than 2. It's been 1 or 2 packs of everything, other than Genetic Apex, where they gave us 3. But actually, this shouldn't really surprise you. This is something we should have been able to see coming, because, of course, it's essentially the start of a new block. This is the start of essentially the second big block of Pokémon TCG Pocket. If you have a look at the PTCG Pocket set numbering up till now, it started with A1, which was Genetic Apex, and then we got A2, which was Spacetime Smackdown. That was Dialga and Palkia again, only 2 packs for there. And then it carried on right up until A4B, which was Deluxe Pack EX. But it was always A. The A block, the first one, A1, A2, A3, A4, and A's and B's and all of that. But it was always A. And this seems like, and I'm pretty sure we're right about this, the start of the second proper block of Pokémon TCG Pocket. And that makes perfect sense then why we would have 3 booster packs for the first time since we had Genetic Apex, because it's the first time since then that we've been starting a new block. So we get our, our mini sets like Mythical Island or Deluxe Pack EX, where there's only 1. And then we have our bigger packs like Celestial Guardians, which was A3, which gives us 2. But having 3 booster packs here, that is telling us, hang on a second, this is a new actual proper job full-on block. And that's kind of exciting now, isn't it? Things are changing, and of course, we know what's changing. The thing that's changing is the introduction of Mega Pokémon into Pokémon TCG Pocket. Of course, in the main TCG, they just got reintroduced, well, depends how you look at it. Last weekend if you're in EMEA regions, or 3 weeks ago if you're in other regions. But in the past couple of weeks, we got Mega Revolution, which brought Mega Pokémon back into the Pokémon TCG. And we had 10 Mega Pokémon in that set, highlighted by like Gardevoir, Lucario, and Venusaur. Although, like I say, there were 10, and there's others seeing more playing success, than, especially than like Venusaur and Gardevoir. But still, point is, Mega Revolution is back in the regular TCG, and now they're like, well, if we're bringing it into the regular TCG, seems like a pretty good time to bring it into Pokemon TCG Pocket. And then, of course, you remember that this week we have the release of Pokemon Legends ZA, which, of course, is the new video game. And the big hook of that is that Mega Pokemon are coming back, and essentially, Pokemon as a whole is going mega crazy right now. The regular TCG gets Mega Pokemon back, the video games get Mega Pokemon back, everything's going full Mega Pokemon, so it would make sense that Pokemon TCG Pocket would be going to Mega Pokemon. Now, there is an interesting question here about regular EXs. Are they staying around? And the answer is we don't know. In Mega Evolution, the first Mega set in the new Pokemon TCG block, there are no regular EXs, they're all Megas. But then in Phantasmal Flames, a second set, regular EXs are back and they're mixing in with Megas. The point I'm making here is, if we get Mega Rising and it turns out there's only Megas in there and no regular EXs, don't think that necessarily means that they're gone, because in the regular TCG we had the first set being Mega only. If the first two sets are Mega only, then we can start having a talk about what that actually means. But until we get to that stage, I think we have to just hold off a little bit. And the awesome thing is, we actually do have nice clear scans and looks at all of these three Mega EXs in Pokemon TCG Pocket. We know what they are, we know what they're going to do, we saw them at the World Championships. So I can't show you any other cards from the set, for which I apologise, but these three specifically, yeah, I absolutely can. And some of these look well good. And I want to start off with Mega Gyarados. I think Mega Gyarados could be absolutely proper job, over the top, stunning, brilliant. I think it could be absolutely busted. We got 210 HP, which is absurd for a stage 1. But it's also worth pointing out there is a new Mega Evolution EX rule. When your Mega Evolution Pokemon EX is knocked out, your opponent gets 3 points. And I would like to remind you about the rules of Pokemon TCG Pocket, which say that 3 points for a win. To put it another way, if your opponent knocks out a Mega EX in Pokemon Pocket, they win. That's it. That's the entire game. No ifs, buts, or maybes. No mucking about. They knock out a Mega Pokemon, they win the game. So try not to get your Mega knocked out. But the really fun thing about that is that it doesn't really matter about anything else. Like, one of the downsides of Mega Gyarados is it evolves from 30 HP Magikarp. Magikarp's terrible. But it doesn't matter if your opponent knocks out an early Magikarp. You don't care if your opponent gets an early KO on a Magikarp, because it's not getting them any closer to actually winning the game now, is it? No. You know what else I really, really like here? Baby Pokemon. Like, for instance, Mantike. Yeah. Love Mantike. Free retreat, 0 energy, you attach a water energy from your energy zone to one of your bench basic Pokemon. And the thing here is that it doesn't really matter when Mantike gets KO'd, because you're still losing when your Gyarados gets KO'd. So if you have a couple of basics KO'd in the meantime, nobody cares. There is an issue whereby you have to attach the energy to a bench basic Pokemon. So when you're kind of attaching to Magikarp, and then that does make it a little bit vulnerable there on the bench. So make sure you bench another Pokemon to protect yourself from, say, Sabrina forcing you to bring it active. Because if you only got one bench Pokemon, Sabrina will bring it active. But outside of that, just kind of give up a prize or two in the early game and then bring up a Gyarados and, oh yeah, you're good. And then, of course, you got Misty to try and get energy on there as well. And I love this Mega Gyarados. I think it's borderline broken. I think it has the potential to be a redonkulous card. This is the one I'm going to be building first. But don't be sleeping on Mega Altaria. Mega Altaria looks pretty good as well. Because Mega Altaria here, for 2 energy on a stage 1 190 HP Pokemon, yeah, you do 40 damage, but then you also do 30 more for each of your bench Pokemon. So 3 bench Pokemon here, and you're doing 130 for 2 energy, which is ridiculous. I do have an issue with this, however, And that is that you've got to have bench Pokemon. Like for Mega Gyarados, I can just basically bench 3 Pokemon and then let 2 get KO'd, and it doesn't matter if the other 2 get KO'd, they're still going to go through Mega Gyarados. But if I'm playing against Mega Altaria, well, if I can't KO Mega Altaria, I just play Sabrina. There has to be something on the bench, or Mega Altaria is only hitting for 40, and that does make things a lot less good. As for Mega Blaziken, 210 HP Stage 2, which I'm not loving, because it's not that much more than Mega Altaria, and it's the same as Mega Gyarados, but on a Stage 2. But 2 energy, 120, discard an energy, and you get burn. Well, the thing is, it's not actually 120, it's like at least 140 with the burn, and you're very hard to KO, and actually I think there's something here with this as well, as a very beefy Pokemon, that your opponent is just going to struggle to actually get through and KO, and that makes me very, very happy indeed. I mean, you can sit here and compare this to, say, Solgaleo, as an example, which we know has been a very good card. Well, that's 2 energy, 120, and it does 10 to yourself. Well, this, instead of the self damage, gets burn, and it's got an extra 30 HP, but it does give up a third prize, and it does lose a really nice ability, so I still think that, and it's got a better weakness, to be fair, Mega Blaziken does. So I'm just saying, I think there's potential. Mega Altaria, I got really excited until I realised my opponent could just go after the bench, because there had to be a bench. But Mega Gyarados and Mega Blaziken, especially Mega Gyarados, give a couple prizes early, and then make your opponent KO the Mega to win the game. Love it. So these have been shown off over on the official Japanese site, over on the Learn to Play section. We now have confirmation that there are free booster packs, and that it is almost certainly going to be the first set of a new block, a new Mega block. It's the only thing that really makes sense. And I've shown you the first 3 Megas because they were revealed at Worlds. But now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you want from this set. Tell me your predictions, your hopes, your dreams, and anything else in the comment section. Get us! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Eric Ridgway, who's been a supporter of ours for a long time now and seems to be a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.